What were we at then, SJ?
I said 10. I said 30 seconds.
Oh, I thought you said 8. And I was like, that's a bit of a strange countdown. And then she went 10, and I was like, what? This is very confusing. Good morning. Turns out I can't count. Welcome to Natasha Makes. It is still our birthday week. And so we have beautiful things.
It's not our birthday week, it's your birthday
Good morning,
week.
Gemma. How are you?
I am good, thank you. Not bad. But no, it's not Natasha Makes birthday week, it's Natasha's birthday week,
Natasha's
everybody.
birthday. Natasha.
39 again.
It keeps happening.
Endlessly. Yep.
Endless. I mean, I was going for 21, but I'll
I think that's pushing it.
I'll take that. I'll take any of it. Oh, crikey, what have I just knocked off there?
Don't know.
What was
I'll
that?
check in
Did
a
I need
minute.
it? I don't think I did. It's fine. I think that's the universe telling me not to be so ridiculous. Oh, look, my hair. He's pride of place this morning. Absolutely. Oh, no, I don't need that right now. But thank you anyway. Today, we have... So, when SJ said to me, she sent me a message on Sunday saying, what are you making on Tuesday, Natasha? Probably a mess. I don't know. And I thought, what on my holiday did I need? Like, if I was going to go again, and I probably won't have another holiday for another 5 years, maybe, but
No.
if...
You've had your chance.
Yeah, I've had my chance. I got a bit of sun. It was all good. If I were to go again, what would I take with me differently? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What would I take with me differently? And what I realised was that I pay for most things on my phone.
Yeah, as we all do.
Which goes in my pocket. So that's just with me anyway. Because I keep whipping it out to take photos everywhere. But actually, occasionally I needed some coins. Or my sun lip thingy. Lip glossy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Or just a few notes. You know, for tips and stuff like that. Because I never think that waiters get the tips if you pay it on your...
No, exactly.
I don't think they do, so I like to leave coins or notes.
Yes.
So that was what I was missing. And then obviously just a really good bag to put all the cheese and wine and stuff that...
Biscuits and things that you buy.
Yeah. It's truffles in Croatia. That's what they go crazy for. Truffles.
Oh, do they?
Truffle cheese is phenomenal.
Oh.
Just saying. Anyway, who knew? So, this happened. Oh, if I can press the button. This happened. And you might be wondering what it is. So I just thought it just a cute little something to hold little things in if you wish. Now, I've done them in 3 different sizes, and look, it's just a really good excuse to get all your glorious fabrics out. Now you see this one. Oh, look, you got a bit of peacock in there. And
we love a peacock.
We do. And the thing with it is, right, this bit of sewable paper, I've got some of that for you on the show as well. It comes in 3 sizes. That's got a bit of Tim Holtz in there. Comes in 3 sizes. So, this is the big one. That is your medium. And that is your small. Now, as someone very correctly said, you could hang these from trees, from like your Christmas tree. These could be table favours. Because you can bling them up.
Do you know what you could do as well? You could put little gifts in them and have them as bunting at a party, and then they could be the favours at the end of the party. Wouldn't that be so cute?
Perfect. And the thing is, because of how I've done them, you've got 2 compartments, if you wish. So you can either have it. So this one I made this morning, and I haven't sewn it up yet. So it is literally just folded. So when you put stuff in, you'd put it in that bit there to keep it safe. And you can absolutely just keep it like so, and that would be rather glorious. And actually, I have to say, Gemma, as just a little going out, just need a little something.
Great, isn't it?
You could always sew a little bit of ribbon or something on there and just hold it.
Yeah.
As a little...
Or have it across ways.
Yeah. Make it even bigger. Yeah. They are really, really versatile.
They are.
Which is what I love about them. But you can also, and we will go into this, so with the sewable paper, I just glued down the side. And that
sewable paper.
means that, so I'd have my notes in there, my coins in there. And with this one, I sewed down there and sewed up there just with my machine.
Nice.
And with this one...
Not that you've got properly into this at all.
I did get properly into it. Yeah. I slip stitched.
Oh, so there's all the choices in all the
So
world.
you can finish them off however you like.
Perfect.
These are not going to be a downloadable pattern. Why, Gemma?
Templates.
Because I've made all the templates in all the world and they do not fit on A4. Actually, this one doesn't even fit on A3. I might have to do a little bit of jiggery pokery to make that fit on A3. But small, medium and large.
That's our problem.
That's our problem, not yours. Don't worry about that. Yeah, there we go. Oh, Petra says these would look great as the 12 days of Christmas tree decorations or bunting. There you go, individually numbered, hung on the tree.
Yeah.
Advent ones.
Gorgeous
Strong
as Advent.
Christmas Advent bunting. Gorgeous. Yes. Hello, everybody. Let's say hello to everybody, shall we, Gemma?
Oh, I think that's lovely.
We
idea.
have got Clara Angelina with us. She's good morning. Natasha and Gemma. Granny coming today. The boys can't wait. There's nothing as exciting as when a granny comes for children.
They normally bring sweets or chocolate or something as well.
Freddie and Emily went to stay with Glam Pam and Grandad Brian. Yeah. First time they've stayed overnight with them. Because, you know, Emily's only wee. And Freddie ate an entire Domino's pizza and then didn't feel all that well.
Oh, dear.
Welcome to my world of trying to feed a very hungry 8-year-old.
Yeah, do you know, I stood next to him yesterday and I'm 5 foot and a teeny weeny smidge. He is pretty much getting there on my height now.
I bought him
8.
a pair of sliders from On Holiday and some shorts and stuff when I came back. And I had to get them half a size smaller than I take. Wow. He is 8. Gemma, 8. Giant child. Morning, Kenneth. Morning, Joy. Morning, ladies. Love the little purse. I just think they're really handy. And I know that Captain Small is going to come in and go, Mummy, did you make them for me?
Oh, yes. You're going to have to hide them.
Yeah. Of course I did. Yeah. There we
She's
go.
going to want the Odile ones as well.
She's going to want the... Oh, she's not having the velvet one. That's mine.
No, absolutely.
Morning, Barbara. She said, love the purses. Morning, Pam. Morning, Annie. Morning, Leslie. Still in hospital. Oh, I didn't realise you were in hospital that poorly, Leslie. That's no fun. Morning, Karen. How are you? Morning, Becky. Lovely show yesterday. She said, beautiful things today. What a fab week we're having. We try. Morning, Jimmy. How are you?
Do.
Morning, Joy. Morning, Diane. Morning, Darren. Morning, Sharon. Morning, Joe. And Francis. Hello. And Denise and Wendy. What's the thing about backs and knickers? She says, yesterday's show, Gemma, I had to explain how I had put my back out. Yeah. She said she's pulled her back doing DIY at the weekend. Not that that's a euphemism.
Oh, no.
Got up this morning, was fine, bent down to put knickers on and set it off again.
Oh, no.
I mean, Wendy, there's an answer to that, isn't there? But it probably gets taken off Facebook.
Yeah,
Morning, SJ will be in the office with her head in her hands
Pack
again,
it
just going,
in,
can you just
too."
stop, Natasha?
Yeah.
Good morning, Auntie Lizzie. She says, hello yourself. Sorry I'm late. My glasses have become a pair of monocles. Had to sort it out. I glue stuff back together all the time.
You're terrible.
Yeah, Claire says her 5-year-old can eat an entire pizza when he's really hungry. Yeah. Oh, Lo says, I'm only here sort of. Well, I mean, it's nice to sort of have you here than not at all.
Yes, definitely.
Do you know what, Lo, actually, some of your jewellery, if you make these out of velvet, a little bit of beautiful Odile or something, would make a beautiful gift. Actually, Lo's jewellery always comes in beautiful gift bags anyway.
It does, but you could pop that in there.
I know. But if, you know, if yeah. Oh, Leslie's in recovery after her long birthday weekend. Oh, Adele's watching while on holiday in Port Isaac.
Oh,
I like Port Isaac.
Lovely.
Very nice. Have a very jolly, lovely
Not
time.
even slightly jealous, are we, eh?
No. I'm going to call one next week. Just so you know.
Oh, and soon that will be daily life.
I know. It does feel, even when I was painting the kids' bedrooms the other week.
It felt like you were on holiday.
It did feel like I was on holiday. I
Well,
worked
that's
so
just
hard, but it
lovely.
did still feel like I was on holiday. And my chairs get delivered today. I have to say, I'm very, very excited. I've got chairs for my table. So, you know, so we've got somewhere to sit to eat.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And I've had them all painted different colours. Normally I would do this myself, but there is a slight time situation here.
There is a big time situation here, if we're honest.
I was choosing them all, and Jane and I were like, oh, yes, 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 and is that going to go with my rug, and this, that, and the other, painting them all.
I mean, if you have enough colours, then you just get to the point where you're like, well, it's going to go with something.
It'll pick out something in the room, it'll be fine. And an ink wench looks like a play school.
Rude.
Play school chairs. And I'm
But
like,
fair.
I mean, yeah, she's got an absolute point. I love play school chairs. They're always so much fun. Apart from the really low ones that your bottom doesn't fit on after the age of about 4. Right, today we're making these. And the other thing that I needed from my holiday was a bag that I could, pop everything in. Now, here's the thing, Jem. I made this ages ago. This is the origami bag, the folded origami bag, and I made it 1 fabric thick. So as you can see here, that is just made from 3 fat quarters, and you absolutely can do that. That's actually got my clothes in from last night. So
wonderful. Let's not get those out.
Let's not get those out.
No. Don't air your dirty laundry in public.
Literally.
So
I do use this all the time because, do you know what?
it's a beautiful thing.
And other clothing choices. Yeah, and I do use it all the, that is the thing. I do use these bags all the time. And I made Freddie one out of denim. Actually, his had pirates on the denim, and then it just had a plain red lining. And I thought, hang on a minute, that one is so durable. Brilliant. And then we had some new denim come in, and I was like, do you know what? Actually,
lovely this.
We really could. This is, and it's so roomy in there. Really roomy.
I could get both my dogs in there. Not that I would.
You could.
Because, they run, but still.
But, and the thing is, if you need it to, it goes over your shoulder like that.
Lovely.
So if you're someone that's worried about, stuff being nicked or whatever, it does just fit over your shoulder and away you jolly well go.
Beautiful.
But also, it's just, because it's got a little handly bit there.
It's a lovely shopper, isn't it?
It's a lovely shopper.
It's like in a basket, because you can just throw in of all things, different shapes and sizes, and it just adapts.
But the different, just in having that extra weight. So that one folds up really, really small, and I always keep one of those in the glove box, right? This is like a serious bag now.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and I had some fabrics that I wanted to play with to show you, and it struck me that when I demoed this, and I made one of these. Firstly, it's quite boring because it was basically me just folding over 2 hems and sewing. So I've done a little bit of jiggery pokery, but I've put bundles together so that. And I just want to show you very quickly how you can make this either from 3 fat quarters and your denim, or a 1/2 metre. Right, guys, this is either 3 fat quarters or a 1/2 metre. I defy you to see where that is joined. Actually, no, it's there. It's not really a secret at all, but you wouldn't know.
No.
You wouldn't know, and isn't that a lovely, lovely lining?
Brilliant.
So what Gemma and I have done. Oh, and I had these as well delivered, which are rather fabulous and lots of fun. So this is what we're going to do today. I have got, for your delectation, Gemma, well, not yours, because you can have it any time because you work here.
Well, exactly. Although really I need to stop that and just actually have wages instead. It helps you to pay the bills and things.
Do you know what? My new next door neighbour, lovely Jean, because we're just getting to know each other. Yeah. Bless her. She's got 2 children and a couple of cats and whatnot moving in above her, and it's been empty for a while. So she's going to have a little change of pace of life. So she was saying, energy prices. Ooh. Didn't like to say actually heat rises. So you can heat my house, thank you. I didn't say that. I quietly thought it. And then I just said to her, it's okay, Jean. I make quilts.
Oh, yes.
We'll just wrap up. We'll just have quilts. It'll be fine. So you can have a 1/2 metre of this and a 1/2 metre of denim. Now the denim, you get loads left over. I want to show you how much denim you get left over. Where did I put it, Jem? I put it somewhere really, really safe. You get that much denim left over, which is either a couple of the medium size or several of the small.
Oh, brilliant.
Nah.
You're not going to get a big one.
Not quite.
But we try.
but it means that then you can use your scraps. So this is option number 1. You are getting, so 1/2 metre of this. I'm going to show you how you're going to cut your 1/2 metre to make it into this. The instructions tell you how to cut your fat quarters. So if you want your lining to be just 3 fat quarters, just follow that. But it also says that if you wish to use 1 long piece of fabric, it should measure, and it gives you that measurement. Okay, so that's what we're going to make this measure. Any second now. And then you get, these are great, Jem.
They're beautiful, aren't they?
Yeah, and
how fabulous
I don't want to
on the
open
denim.
another one. I've got some
That's all right.
here.
They just look wonderful on the denim, don't they?
They do.
And it looks like you've had a clever embroidery machine on the go and embroidered straight onto that denim, doesn't it?
I don't embroider.
No.
I don't. But these have got glue on the back. So you literally just whack a iron on it. Aren't they lovely? And they've got sparkly gold bits and stuff on them.
Brilliant.
So we had these originally for the fiddly diddly quilts. What were they called?
Fiddle quilts. Fidget quilts.
Fidget quilts.
Hmm.
Guys, do you want some more accessories bundles putting together for fiddle quilts? Because we haven't, that was the other question that I was going to ask you.
Yes, because
they went in there
yeah.
and they were really popular.
We were wondering, Tash, as well, whether we should put the pattern out there on a play it forward pattern. Because obviously we can't make any more kits. They were...
No. We had what we had.
Big uns, weren't they?
Yeah, but we can put all the fiddly biddly bits together if you'd like. So that is one option. You've got that and that and that, and they've got a big saving on these, haven't they? Birthday saving.
Yes. So these bundles are they're $14.99, which is a bit good, isn't it?
Steady, steady, steady on. Right. This is your other option. Now, we had the beautiful Moda florals, and I love them with denim. Look. You see, when I did the gardening. Well, actually, no. This was when we did the pockets.
This is what we call our pocketed organizer, and you can configure it into a wall hanging.
And that was the demo that we did with the beautiful Moda florals. We did that as a wall hanging. But when I wrote up the pattern, I made it into a really useful pocketed
apron.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Because my friend, lovely Kate Rontry, said to me, could you make the pockets a little bit deeper so that she could have her secateurs in there? So I've got to post this off to Kate when it's finished on the show. And look, I've got 2 different fabrics there. These feel a little Liberty-esque to me. That's how I always kind of think of them. And I just loved it with the denim.
Yes.
So I was like, right, we need to get these with the denim.
Fabulous choice of bias binding around the top as well, I might say. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Right.
So you will get 4 fat quarters. We've got all sorts, so we're just going to mix and match it up. If you happen to buy 2, we'll give you 4 different fat quarters in there.
Yes.
We'll mix and match it up. You are getting... Now, did we just put these ones in for free on this? No, what did we put in for free with this?
You've put 2 patterns
I put 2 patterns in for free. Was I drunk?
Well, I did wonder, because this bundle has the origami bag instructions, the
Hang on.
triangle pouch instructions.
Oh, yeah, no, I did do that, yeah.
The denim.
Do you know why? I remember why.
And the flowers.
Okay, because look, it just looks really lovely with the denim. It looks really sweet, and look, that's one of the embroidered flowers on there, and it's got coins in there. Here we go. But you see, you can make your bag and a few of those out of this bundle.
Yes.
So I was just going to put 3 fat quarters in there, and I was like,
Yes.
hang on a minute, actually you're going to need your 4th fat quarter so that you can line these, and you can also line with your offcuts of those, and then you're going to want to decorate with some of those, and then you're going to need both patterns. So as the birthday deal, you get the 2 patterns for free. You might already have the origami bag pattern. That's fine, whatever. If you're going for this bundle, I think we gave you the flowers for free.
There's a couple of quid off that one for sure. Yeah. but the big bundle there in front of you
This is yeah.
a bonkers situation.
It is a bonkers
You
situation.
went into crafter mode rather than businesswoman mode for a moment there, and because it was your birthday, I just let it fly.
Yeah.
So,
Soz. Now, the other thing that you are going to need in your life, Gemma, if you're going to make these, is HH650. What is that? We talk about H640 a lot, which is an adhesive fusible fleece.
Yeah.
But HH650 is fusible on both sides, which means that A, it's fabulous to work with, B, it's great fun, but C, it will stick when to everything. So what we've done is put 1/2 metre of this. Now this is actually, it's much longer than the H640, isn't it?
mm-hmm. Oh, the width of the roll.
Yeah, which it's like a proper.
It's a tall roll.
It's a tall roll.
It's a Tash size roll rather than a Gemma size roll.
Here we go. Let me show you this. So that's how long it is, and you're getting 1/2 metre of that. And what we've done is put in a Teflon pressing sheet so that you don't stick everything. So that's your bundle there, and then we'll be using that throughout the show. Other ridiculous things that we've got on the show because we could, and we've got discounted because it was my birthday, is this.
You got carried away.
Get carried away.
You really did. It was like a whirlwind.
Got beautiful, beautiful sewable paper, because look how gorgeous these are in sewable paper.
I'll be honest, that one colourway sold out, the tan.
With this one?
Yeah.
Oh, it's already gone. We've put it with William Morris, and we've put it on a discount. So well done if you've managed to get it.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that. If you haven't worked with sewable paper, use it exactly like you sew with it, exactly like you would cotton. It creases as you turn it through, so you get that lovely antique effect. Just do not apply heat directly to it.
No.
So when you use your HH650, put your thing on
Teflon sheet
and just press gently through that.
Yes.
Never, never, never. It's obviously got some sort of plasticky coating on there to make it so that it doesn't rip.
I just love sewable paper, and I love the fact that as it gets older, it improves. It's
It
like
looks better.
leather in that respect, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, if you've got the thing there, the lunchbox
of
bag
course.
that we've made before. Here you go. Just chuck it. Just chuck it.
I might only say.
Because this was one. Oh, well, yeah. This was the demo one that I made before we got the. And so yeah, I love using this stuff, and it's just fab, and it yeah. There we go. So we've used it a lot. I've used it, and I actually keep all of the kids' passports and documents and everything else in one that I've made. And I use it. I do use it an awful lot. Now I have got one of these, and one of these. Songbook Charming Squares, which is the Catch a Dream with all the cactuses and the wind and the dream catchers and everything. This is your Daybreak by Three Sisters. This is a Moda charm pack, and this is your Songbook one again by Moda. I've got one each of these, and SJ's put them on at a stupid price because I don't want them sitting around anymore. They're taking up space. They can go. I've got 4 of the little ducklings. Tiddly
Can
charm
I get you to
pack.
take a breath for 1 second?
Go on.
Kenneth, the wadding that you're talking about, so that's the fusible fleece. The one that is single-sided fusible is H640. Kenneth's writing it down.
Oh, right, okay.
So yeah, Vliselina, these are H640, and the double-sided is the HH650.
So the HH must mean that that's the double-sided bit.
Yes.
That's how I like to remember it. And when you get it, the thing with Vliselina, and it's my only... I sound like I'm a right whingy cow, but my only criticism of Vliselina, I love their products, is that of course they come off a roll. They don't come pre-packaged in anything, which is great because like we can sell you meters and meters and meters of the stuff. But on the H640, it says at the top just how to use it, like iron for however long, however many seconds. On the HH650, it doesn't. So that's why watching shows like this really, really help you. But you'll feel little glue dots on there, and you'll feel them on both sides, and that's how you'll know what it is. I used to get myself in such a tiz-was over what interfacings did what, and was I using the right one? And there's no wadding police.
No.
Can I just tell you this? There's no wadding police.
You'll just get a slightly different result.
That's all.
And sometimes it's trial and error to find what you like best. What you might like best might not be what I like or Jane likes best. We're all different, you know.
I mean, can you chuck me that cushion front there, just on the left?
This
that
one?
Yeah, this one.
Oh, I love this.
So we've got a handful of these left, and these have actually got HH6. HH6, better throw, come on, Jamie. These have got HH650 in the kits with them. So these were the cushion kits that we did. I'd like to show you the finished cushions, but that might be in my new home. And I did so that I did HH650 and then another fat quarter of black behind, and then just pressed it all, and then did my embroidery on it. And we've got a handful of these left. I'm sure that Gemma will probably find them and now tag them in the show, because she's
I'll do my
awesome.
best.
She's doing it now.
I'm just doing something for Patricia first. Bless her.
Oh.
She says, "Hi ladies, can I buy just the 2 patterns if possible, as I have both lots of material?"
Yes, of course.
If you want to, absolutely. We've got both patterns available. So I'm just going to pop today's collection up for you all.
Yeah. So that is there. Oh, and then I did. This is what happens, Gemma, when I get left in the workplace by myself on a Sunday. I'm like, and we can do this, and we can have this, and we can do that, and everyone's like,
And then I have a really busy day the next day, trying to catch up with her.
Yeah. Now, Gem, I've got, I think, 2 or 3 of these.
Okie dokes.
We never really did anything with it. They just sort of came in.
They
didn't
came in
all
and
come
quietly sat there.
They didn't all.
Yeah.
They didn't come in. It was one of those things where they didn't all come in one go. So we couldn't do a whole show with them because
No.
half of them had sold because we didn't know when the rest was coming in.
They
This
quietly
is
sat in
a
the corner minding their own business, which was such a shame because they're
stunning.
stunning.
Beautiful. So, and I just thought again with the denim, you can buy the denim, by the way, by the half metre. That is also
The
an
colours
option
are glorious,
for you.
aren't
The
they?
colours are stunning, and look with them next to the denim, they look absolutely beautiful. This is Clothworks. This is the 13-piece fat quarter bundle, okay, and it's ridiculously reduced. I've got a handful of them, literally I think 2, possibly 3 max. But if you want fabric at an obscenely small amount of money, then that's where you're going to have to go there. Fabulous 40s here, 2.5-inch strips, 40 from Lewis and Irene. This has got all your pumpkins and, has it got the pumpkins? Yes, this has got your scarecrows and everything. It's called Scarecrow Acres. So I've got one of those, again, stupidly reduced. And this is a Moda one here, which is the Songbird, I want to say. Yeah, Songbook. Again, ridiculously reduced, because I have one, and that a show does not make, Gemma.
No, it does not.
It does not.
Kenneth thinks that it currently uses H630, which is a
H630 is a slightly lower loft.
It is.
So it's very similar to H640. And I know that when Odile Byle does her kits, she uses H630. We do it. We used to stock both, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
we
just
can
like
always get it in.
H640 because it's got a bit more oomph.
Yeah, and sometimes that's what you need, and sometimes it's not what you need. But H640 and H630 work in exactly the same way. H640's just got a little bit more oomph to it. That's a technical term. It will be in my term of glossaries.
And your other one that you use an awful lot.
Styville Fix.
Awful lot.
All the time.
And that's your fusible foam, isn't it?
Yeah,
that
so
has more
Styleville
structure.
Fix, and I've got some in my drawers down here, Jem.
Always got some.
I've got a drawer full of leftovery bits.
Do you know, I held off using Styleville Fix for ages because I was a bit scared of it, but it's ridiculous because it's now my favourite thing to sew with.
I
love
resented it
Styleville
because I thought it was expensive, but actually what it does, the effect that it has, we need to do a show of just interfacings, don't we, and explain. This is your Styleville Fix. It's a foam. It's like sewing through air.
Yes.
So don't worry about it being
Correct.
difficult to sew through. It's like sewing through air. There's a rough side and a smooth side. The rough side has your adhesive. If you buy just Styleville, and we don't stock that, if you buy just Styleville, there is no adhesive anywhere. You can use this like you would Styleville, just don't put your iron on it, and that's fine. But I like it so that I can adhere one side to it because it gives a beautiful finish.
Yeah.
Bag making, this is spectacular for...
This totally up to my bag making game. I suddenly felt like I was producing things that had a really professional finish. These sort of interfacings, but particularly this one, and the sewing handles as well, Tash.
Oh,
Those
the
two
sewing
things,
handles. Love a sewing handle.
Suddenly I'm gifting something and I'm getting the wow factor, and I was like,
Oh! Yeah, because it's not looking It's not looking like a, you know.
This doesn't look like a homemade item at all at that point.
Right. Pin flare glue gel. Somebody asked me you can sew the peacock on, or you can glue it on. I've put on a popper and then I've glued it on to there. I'm not going to lie, I glued. I need to just do that. And if you are going in Crafty Corner, then please do use pin flare gel with the beautiful gems and things that we've got. Now,
Yes.
on that note, because I thought what we need is a bit of bling. We will get on and make some in a minute.
We're not snobbish about glue, are we, Natasha?
No.
You know, there's nothing wrong with a bit of adhesive here and there. Sometimes that's what you need.
Pin flare glue is my favourite, and Christine at Pin
Absolutely.
Flare, she knows that. Now,
Get a decent one so things stay on. And that's what we do with pin flare. It's fabulous.
these are 3 birds that I just think would look gorgeous on these, just as embellishments, because this is velvet. That's velvet there, and I just thought, oh, something a little bit gorgeous. And this was some leftover Odile fabric that I had, and it just had a little bit of peacock, which was why I chose the peacock there. So I'm
Velvet
just going
and the Odile look divine together, don't they?
always.
Just gorgeous.
If we on Friday, your Friday deals is going to have some Odile ball ends. Just you know, you've got to read it, haven't you?
SJ will come in here
She'll batter me.
shrieking.
I know. Look, there is your peacock in Bling Corner. I wanted to call this a 3-bird roast and got told no. Wasn't allowed.
I think she's probably like Sparkly Bird Trio or something.
Sparkly Bird Trio or something like that. 3-bird roast. Do you remember they always have them in Audi, don't they? At
Birds in a
Christmas.
bird in a bird.
A
Yeah,
bird
they
and a bird
do.
and a bird, yeah. But we couldn't decide which bird would be in what, and it was wrong. So
And there's 2 owls there. That'll be cannibalism.
2
It's not
owls.
Okay. 2 owls.
count me in. Me and Emily have matching necklaces now. We're a bit sad, but we literally just put the chain through there.
You do. She's got like a little bit of thong leather, hasn't she, for
Yeah.
hers? And yeah, yours the chain.
And so we
cute.
do have our sparkly owls, matching sparkly owls. And the third one for my 3-bird roast that I'm not allowed to call a 3-bird roast is
Oh, this is like proper owl with eyebrows. This is
oh,
a
I know,
wise owl.
proper tawny,
Yeah.
proper cross tawny owl. Isn't he fabulous?
Very wise looking with those eyebrows. I don't know they're not eyebrows, but they so are.
But they are they should be eyebrows. Have you seen that thing that goes around Facebook where you see an owl with its feathers lifted up?
Oh,
and they've got like
with those
ridiculously
skinny
long,
little legs.
scrawny legs, and it's like I
I
can't
love
ever look at an
it.
owl again. But they are your 3 birds. So you've got a lovely rounded owl. You've got an owl with fabulous eyebrows. He's like the Dennis Healy of owls. And then you've got your beautiful, elegant peacock there.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous. And they are in Crafty Bling Corner. And so you see, this is where, if I would just whack a bit of my pin flare glue on the back of that, my glue gel. If we run out, we can always get more glue, by the way, pin flare glue gel, so we can have that to sell out of, because I know I
Okey-dokes.
can get that, that's no problem.
Okey
Christine is our
dokes.
friend. Oops, there we
Kind
go.
of full of all the good ideas this morning. We've now got the suggestion of the Styleville fix being used for sewing machine covers. Yeah, that would work. If you
It's
wanted one with
all those
structure-
things, isn't it?
Yeah. If you wanted one with some really firm structure, then Styleville fix would be the one.
That is
Again,
the one.
You could use your H640 if you wanted a
Oh.
soft cover, couldn't you? Either or.
It's horses for courses, and it's quite a personal thing.
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
Right, shall we make something?
I'm just going to say hello to our
Oh, go on.
YouTubers very
Hi,
quickly.
YouTubers.
Good morning, Cynthia and Ali. Ali is saying, fabulous purses, finished harvest mean Donald is catching up in the office and I've come across Natasha Makes on the bank. Oh, he's come across Natasha Makes on the bank statement.
Oh,
As my gorgeous daughter-in-law has told him, NM is cheaper than therapy.
yes, I am, and also a divorce.
Yes,
I would just throw
it's
that one
much
out there as
cheaper
well.
than that too.
Much cheaper than all
This
of that.
daughter-in-law
Keep your wife
sounds,
happy.
she sounds the proper sort. We like her a
It
lot.
sounds part of the tribe. We like that.
She also enjoys with Ali Wet Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, and Fizz Friday most weeks. So she is clearly one of us. Yes, we like her a lot.
Do you know what? Finding your tribe is so important.
So is.
It's so important.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this a little bit backwards. I'm going to make my pouch first.
Lovely.
With what I have left over from making one of these back.
You say about finding your tribe. This is so true. And as Natasha knows, I've just been to Retro Festival for the
Oh, you have.
weekend.
You cannot repeat half those
No,
stories.
no, I
Jen, because you
can't.
were all
But the
drunk.
one in particular that I
No.
will, because I know our viewers will actually know who I'm talking about,
Oh,
whereas I've got
no.
a very blank face from our SJ. There is a lady in
That's
our
because-
caravan society who, God bless her, even without a wig, looks very, very, very much like Olive from On the Buses. And we had a fancy dress on Saturday night, and I'd never met her. And everyone's howling, laughing and looking over my shoulder, and I turn round and she's got the fabulous pink nightgown and a wig on, and she grinned and I shrieked. And I could not stop laughing for a clear 10 minutes. This woman is the spitting image of Olive from On the Buses. I couldn't
stop laughing.
And I sent the photo to Natasha and said, I'm having dinner with Olive from On the Buses. And then I turn round and to my left is Hannibal Lecter. And again, I've never seen...
Absolute spit.
Yes.
He was. Did he spend his time going...
Do you know, he actually got changed out of the costume and into a different one after a very short space of time, so he didn't freak everyone out through dinner. But we're all sat in a field. It was like a street party. We'd all put our different sized tables all the way down the middle. And we've got bunting up, and we've got a lovely old washing line with like 1970s underpants and towels and things on. And we just had an absolute hoot. But finding two people who looked so like, I mean, they were just identical to Olive from On the Buses and Hannibal Lecter. It's just diverse and funny and wonderful and fabulous.
I'm not sure I would want to. I would want to look like Hannibal Lecter. Right.
Or Olive from On the Buses, bless her. She was sat eating pickled onions out the jar just to make me laugh.
Amazing.
I loved that programme. It was great.
I did too. Right. Gemelar. These are my offcuts from the bag that I'm going to show you in a minute. Right.
Beautiful.
Which means that I could, if I wanted, use one of those. If I'm careful, then yeah, that's going to be within my seam allowance, so I could use that. And that would be my lining. So I could get 2 of my medium sizes.
Amazing.
Out of what I've got left over from this bundle. And then I still have an entire fat quarter left over.
Brilliant.
Okay, so to that end, shall we make one out of what we have left over? I am going to, this is my HH650. Oh, there goes one of my thingies.
Do you need it?
No, probably
it's okay then.
Let me line everything up. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Alison raises a very good question. The pocketed organiser / apron.
Yes.
Is there any reason why that can or can't be a digital download? We didn't have a template in that one, did we?
No.
Alison, let me have a look and see if I've got that loaded in. If I don't, I can get that done.
No reason at all. Right, here's the thing. I'm going to cut this in a 1er.
Show off.
Big rotary cutter. But, and it does say this in the instructions, I know, because I roted them, or by myself. I did roted them by myself. Please make sure that when you line this up, your lining and your outer fabrics go in opposite directions. They are right sides together. Okay?
Perfect.
So you can see at the moment they're wrong sides together, which is the same as putting them right sides together. So they're opposite sides because I'm going to need them that way. And it's only because of these triangles. Just so as you know. All right? Is that clear as mud, everybody?
Of course.
Of course. What else could it be? I honestly, Jem, you should have seen the mess I made trying to create this pattern. I had my 60-degree creative grid ruler out trying to work it out. I was like, why isn't
all the kit? It's
adding the seam allowances in the right place and not where you don't need it, and all of that jazz. But I've done all of that, so you don't have to. And that's the beauty of a pattern, isn't it? Give me the headache so that you guys do not have to.
Well, and so you don't waste lots and lots and lots of fabric finding out what works and what doesn't.
Yeah. There we go. Now, I am stood to the side, all right? So I'm always cutting away from myself and I'm stood to one side, okay? Only because I've got some quite big bits there. Let's put those there. So now I'm going to show you what I mean by, so I have got, there's my pattern, let's get that out of the way.
How
floor along with everything else. That's my storage solution. So that is going to go on my H640. I'm not worried about there being a little bit of selvage there because that will be in my seam allowance.
It will.
That is fine. But this is my outer, this is my lining, and I want them right sides together for when I sew them around them in a minute. All right, which is why I just say just be careful that they are right sides together when you cut them out, because otherwise you're going to have this end. Well, if you'd cut them the other way, you end up going like that, and you're like, well, that's not going to work, is it? Would you like to ask me how I know that, Gemma?
How do you know that?
Because I did it.
Oh.
Yep. And then went, well, that was stupid, wasn't it? So,
It's a proper face palm moment, huh?
Huh?
Proper face palm moment.
Oh, ridiculous. So this is your Teflon sheet. By the way, you can cook with this.
Fab, aren't
you can
they?
use it. Yeah, you can use this if you need a baking sheet. You can use it for that as well. It is food grade.
Got them everywhere. I have.
Yeah. In fact, I don't know,
caravan.
Jem, if you've actually put all those details on the listing.
I did just say about temperature,
but you absolutely can, and it goes up to a lot of temperatures. I am putting this on here so that it does not adhere, my HH650, to my pressing mat, because that would make me sad. If you have not cut this in a oneer and you've got a little bit of fusible fleece poking through, this is what you do. You fold it over the top. Right?
Do not gum it to your iron, because that's not big and it's not clever.
It's not big and it's
and
not.
Cleaning an iron is not fun.
Oh, they keep saying to do it with aspirin, and I burnt my fingers trying to do that. Or is it asprin, paracetamol? I don't know.
I've done
It didn't
yours.
work.
Did it the other day.
Okay, leave it for a moment. Just leave, just relax. And just let it cool. And then you see you will just peel it off the non-stick Teflon.
Very good.
Perfect, right? Right sides together, because that is how we cut them. Yes. If you wish to pin, please do so. Okay. You are going to leave a turning through gap. I will leave that for you to decide where you wish for that to be. It could be along your long side, it could be along your short side.
Personal preference.
Doesn't matter. There we go. I'm going to sew all the way around, apart from leaving myself a turning through gap. About there. Oh, hang on. You know when other people use your stuff?
Oh.
I know lovely Sarah turned my foot pedal around.
Everyone gets to your machine and says, why has she got a foot pedal here? Because she can, and that's where she wants it.
Do you know why else it is? Because my foot pedal is, because I sew standing up, and I didn't realise that you could do it. On the NX and the DX7s and the UX8s, you can program your foot pedal.
You can.
So that it cuts your thread by pressing down the heel of your thing. So I always sew from the toe of it. And if I'm sewing sitting down, then that's fine. I can just press on my heel. But when I'm balanced on one foot, it's not so good. So I just...
No.
And it's just my thing, and it's a bit weird for other people, and I don't really care. I'm weird.
No, your machine, your rules. That's fine.
Not really worried. But you see, yeah, I can just push. Normally, I'd have to press there. But I can do that.
I need to make sure mine's programmed for this.
It's brilliant. It is brilliant, but it does throw a lot of our guests. Right, now, what I am going to do is, just check that you haven't missed any bits, because nothing's shifted or moved or done whatever, because that can also happen. And then snip any excess. Excuse me sniffing. Is it hay fever again, Jen?
I think it's hay fever o'clock.
That thing I don't suffer from.
Yes.
Yeah. Right, clearly
You're like, Guy, I definitely don't have hay fever. I just have
a bit of a cold all summer.
Guy, I just remember Guy saying, I've never had hay fever, ever. And then his brother saying, what are you talking about? Your entire childhood you were snivelling all summer. You
Yeah.
had terrible hay fever. He still
Right.
won't admit it.
I'm turning this through. Now I'm with Guy. Me and Guy. We're on the
Yeah,
same train there.
solidarity there.
Get a pokey tool and ease out those corners. Finger in first just to save you the main job, and then just ease out. La, 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 la. You will have these made in moments. So I am thinking any kind of fairs and stuff like that. When the kids have got, can you just make us X, Y and Z, or fundraising, or little gifts, or you've got teenagers that you want to give a gift to, but they actually just want a voucher,
Or
and
some
you want to
cash.
actually, or some cash, and you just want to give a something. Teenagers, eh?
I know.
Or maybe a little piece of jewellery. Maybe like, if you know, if you're someone that gives, I'm sorry, Lo, I'm going to say a swear word for you, Pandora Chong, then maybe you might want to put it in a little pouch like this. Which doesn't let me say things like that.
No.
Just easing out those corners. There we go. And then give it a little roll. Actually, this is really easy with the denim. Here, just fold your seam under. And what will happen is that you've got that, again, fold those over, and when you press it, that seam is held, that will fold over there. So then when you come to sew it, it's not going to ping back. Because what you now do is just give this a little press here, apply some steam, flip it. The big thing about these is just getting them so that with the interfacing they're flat, and that's why I'm using H640 and not the H650 rather, and not H640, because I want that fusible on both sides. And even with the sewable paper, so with the sewable paper I didn't apply heat straight to it.
No.
I went from the lining side, and actually I just did that very, very gently, and it held, and it was fine. So that is that. We are then going to top stitch around, Jamila.
Perfect.
This isn't the easiest. One of the kids has moved my tablet stand. And so when we top stitch around, that's going to close up that gap. You can see that the H650 is holding that there nicely in place. I've pressed it so my denim's there. So as long as I go within that 1/4 of an inch, I'm good to go.
Lovely.
Sewing with Dukey, of course, I know that my top stitch is going to look the same as my bottom stitch, which is great when you're top stitching, because it doesn't matter which way round you do it. There we go, top stitch done. Bink and bink. So now we get to the foldy bit, and you're just going to fold that up to there and just keep folding until you get to that. That's it. That's it.
Fantastic.
Or you might
Crikey.
want to, you know, so it's whichever way round you want to fold it. It might be that you want to do it that way. And let's be honest, right? If that isn't the straightest from where you've folded it over where your seam allowance is, then put that in that bit where you're not going to see it. Like, let's not upset ourselves here.
No.
And then that folds down like so. If Gemma,
Yes.
you wish to do this so that it, so that you've got two sides to use, then you can either slip stitch down there. you can sew a nice little V on there if you're using a decorative thread. I'm using a variegated thread there. But before you do that, you are going to want to put your clasp on. So you're going to mock it up as to how you want it to be. I would give it a quick press just to hold everything where you want it to be, like that. And then get your snaps. Get your snaps out.
You're a fan of a snap, aren't you?
I'm a fan of a snap.
Me too.
Not gonna lie. Now the question is, Gem, we're gonna pop that on there, do you think?
Oh,
So we
that's
can
cute. That'd look great with your bag.
I mean, depends how we want to do it. If we want that to cover over the top of our cam snap.
Crikey.
All
What
the
to do, what to do.
All the options are
Or you could
here.
get a cam snap on the front and then a big one on the back. You could do all sorts, couldn't you?
Oh, you could put, do you know, I'd not thought of.
Could go on the back. You could have like a whole arrangement on the back.
Oh, now, right, okay, good. If you and how tightly as well you want to do this is entirely up to you. If you do not have a stiletto in your life, please get one. I don't mean the high-heeled sort. I mean this. Decide whereabouts you want your cam snap to be. I'm going to put mine a little way up there, in the middle, there. You don't have to do the accompanying
noise.
No. What colour should I go for? Should I go for red? So that it looks quite sweet. Cam snaps. Have we got any more of these starter ones?
Starter ones are sold out.
We can get some more of those, but I just always go for clear ones. But cam snaps are your way, for sure. For sure. What I'm doing, I'm just going to lift that through my stiletto so that I then will have that space. And then with whatever you use to mark, you can then mark on there where the other side of it needs to be. Of course, I've lost anything light that I would ever cover with. So I'm just going to mark in a colour that no one's going to be able to see apart from myself, apart from the fact there's a large hole there. So actually, there we are. If I keep that hole, then what I can then do is open everything up and then make sure that I put my cam snap. And when I've got my cam snap, and again, if you're using different varieties, please just check the instructions as to how to use it. I've used these now for years because they're just the easiest ones that I've ever found to use. We can generally always get a hold of them. Bosh, easy. There's one in. And then here we go, look, that's where my top one was to go because I made the hole. Dink, dink, dink. There it is there. And that's that in. So now I've got that. Yes, I'm happy with that. If I need to rearrange anything, then do. And then if I want to, I can just stitch down to make sure that now I've got, this is now sewn together, so I've got two useful sides rather than just one. Okay.
Perfect.
Oh, it does make a difference. I mean, it gives you two useful sides. Now it might be, Jen, we can really go to town with these. Put all the things in there. I just think they're a bit fun. It might be that you might want something so that when you open it up, there's going to be something beautiful there. Or you might want to pop, like you say, just a little one coming up off the top there, or you might want to cover that up, or oh, it's quite dramatic. Look at that one on the back there, Jem.
Fabulous. I do love red with denim.
As I've
Great.
used the red snap, do you think I should put that one just on the back?
That would look grand, wouldn't it?
There. Do you know how difficult it is though to put on though, Jem?
Is it really difficult?
There we go. So that's done.
Oh, such a hardship. All those hours of stitching that on your embroidery machine, just have your thread snap multiple times and all of that. Oh, no, 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 no.
No, there it is.
Just a press of an
Done.
iron.
Done. There we are.
And people wonder why you're not into embroidery.
Don't have to be, love. Done. Right, so that is what you're making from your offcuts if you are going for the bundle with your 4 fat quarters from the Moda Wildflowers collection. It is rather beautiful. And again, it's a lucky dip, but if you're ordering more than one and making the most of that offer, and it's a great price actually for the fabric anyway,
Yes.
then we'll make sure that you get different ones in there. Right, now let's talk bags. You can use 3 fat quarters. And that will look like that. And you can just use 3 fat quarters, and then it's, I mean, this has got my wedge shoes in and all sorts in there. And it's very, very roomy. It's excellent, blah, blah.
Not a difficult make.
It's not a difficult make. It's very, very easy. You've just got to turn your hems over and hem, or if you've got an overlock and then hem. It's entirely up to you. These are not difficult makes that we're doing today. Nothing is difficult today because it's my birthday week. I can't be doing the difficult.
And you've just got back from holiday, so
Right, nothing difficult.
don't
here
need
to
complicated this week. Thank you.
When you get your 1/2 metre of denim, you are going to trim it down. In fact, I'm gonna. Well, you're going to trim it down so that you have the one long length, and that all of those measurements are in the instructions that you are getting. Now, if you are going for the 1/2 metre option, then I just want to show you how you are going to make this long enough. It needs to end up being 49 inches, all right? So we cut our fabric at 1/2 metre. We do it at 20 inches, okay? So when you when you get your instructions, it will tell you how wide you then need to cut the fabric. So you will then cut off basically 3 inches off one end there to make it the height it needs to be. You then cut off your selvages, because again, you're not going to need those. And then with the bits that you've just cut off, gem, you then cut those to the width of that fabric. Now, if you want to make it in one continuous length, I'm just going to, and then just, you can do it so that, you know, obviously you save the most amount of fabric ever. So what you now have is one long piece of fabric that's not quite long enough, but you then have these bits that you just add on to the end like so. Stitch that on. So this is how you're going to do it if you're using a 1/2 metre and you want the lining all the way, because I was like, I was really struggling with it, Gemma, because I thought it's only a smidge. And I don't want everybody to go to the expense of having to buy 1 metre of fabric for the lining. That just felt really extravagant. Can if you want. But if you just add these on both ends. Now remember, it's got to get to 49 inches long. And then we'll just press those seams. With these patterns, I just don't think you notice it.
No, absolutely.
And in the bag that I made, you wouldn't ever, you'd have to really go to town looking at someone's lining to work it out. So then when you fold it in half again, because it's 49 inches, so half of 49 inches is 24 and a half, right? So when that is...
We've got a fair amount of outrage from Lo from a little while ago. We're just going to ignore her and let her, you know,
was it a Pandora
pipe
moment?
down. Yeah.
Then you are pretty much, you might be like a smidge off. You're pretty much on that 24.5 inch line. Pretty much on the nose. If it's out by like 1/8 of an inch, please don't worry about it. It's just not the end of the world. But that is, by a gnat's whisker, how you can do it.
Perfect.
Do a scant 1/4 of an inch if you need to.
Yeah.
But that then means that you then get your piece of denim, which will be cut the whole length of this. And because the denim is much wider. It's 58 or 56, something like that, inches wide, because it's a dressmaking width, then that will be cut in one continuous length. You put them right sides together and you sew all the way around, leaving a turning through gap. You then turn it through and you top stitch. Now that is quite a lot of...
Oh, I'm sorry, is
stitching.
this a Blue Peter moment?
Completely.
Oh.
Now, if you have done it with your fat quarters from your moda, then what you will have is 3 fat quarters rather than that one continuous length.
Super fun.
Right? Okay. So, and so your lining is just going to be all the fun in all the world. I am now going to fold one end up like so, and one down like so. All right, now I want you to consider that it's like going down and then up and then down. And we're going to fold, so if you just follow the zigzag, we're going to fold along that line.
There it is.
Okay. All right, now that gives me everything that I need. Okay, and a lot of fabulous lining of all the fun in
Love
there.
it.
Okay, now this is where you just get to eke and tweak. And what I like about this, I mean, I've top stitched very badly, very rushed this morning, doesn't really matter. You can either pin that, but Gemma, what do I always have in my world that I love?
Oh, are we clipping or taping?
In the instructions, I say to pin. And then I was like, why have I said that? If you've got your 1/4 inch tape, just tape it.
Yes.
Just tape it. And the other thing I found out about this tape the other day is that it activates even more firmly if you press it.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Clever stuff. Oh,
Which
Tash,
means that you don't need a single pin.
No, absolutely. We've had a few comments. I should just throw your way.
Go on then.
Claire Angelina was saying that looking at the pouches you were making, she was making rectangular pouches for her various sewing and crochet tools in a similar way, but yours is a way more interesting design.
Ah,
so that's nice.
We try.
Yes, and Sylve Sparkly was saying you could put a teeny weeny zip on the first fold over to make a zipped pocket.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
You could, yeah. Oh, lovely, yes.
Kenneth was saying, are the flowers to sew or can you iron on a fusible backing to the flower? The flowers already have an iron-on
They already have it on there.
It's
Kenneth,
all there
done.
for you, Kenneth.
It's done for you.
Stick it straight on. Oh, Mandy says, morning all. Tash,
Morning.
hubby would like to know if you made the top you're wearing.
No.
She likes shopping too much to start making her clothes. She'd make some fabulous trousers not all that long ago, though. We do need to watch those. If you missed that show, if you missed that show, go back and watch that.
No, do you know what? Actually, I would
trousers.
really like to know how to make these tops because.
Yes, same. I live in them.
Right. I'm now going to stitch down there. If you were really neat and did your 1/4 of an inch seam allowance all the way down there, then you'll be absolutely fine. You can just follow that. I wasn't terribly. Now, bear in mind, you are sewing towards this corner here. You are going to chop off a bit that corner, so don't stress if you don't get to all the end. All right, but here we go.
Gotcha. Jojo's saying, oh my word, it's magic. I couldn't work out how it would fold, but it's magic.
Magic!
There you go. She was trying to work it out.
Oh no.
You know, you could hear her head clunking from a distance.
Yeah, it took me, and in the instructions I've even drawn like that, the zigzaggy kind of thing on. So then you can just go over that top stitch line, should you wish, just to keep it really neat. And as you get down here, look, you've just got to move those little bits of fabric out the way. And that's why it's easier without pins.
Yes.
So if you've got our 1/4 of an inch quilter's tape, just whack it on and use it. You want to get as close to the end as you can. But like I say, don't stress about it. And then you are going to flip it around and do the other side. And again, sewing on that seam allowance. Do you know what I haven't utilised yet, Gemma?
What's that then?
All of our beautiful paid fabrics with these.
Oh. So many options.
I know, just all the options. It's the denim, isn't it? It just sets everything off. An absolute treat.
Oh dear. Okay. It would appear Facebook has blocked me for
You?
going too fast. I've been temporarily blocked for going too fast. SJ, if you can hear me, dear, could you please confirm if you can do anything on Facebook because it's blocked me. Oh.
Going too fast?
Yeah.
What do you mean going too fast?
Don't know.
What,
You know, answering
much?
people's questions and things, I suppose.
Oh.
Doing my job.
Doing your job.
Ugh.
How very
So
rude of
I
you.
shall pop on as me on my phone, haha, because we have means those
Ha-ha!
means.
Yes.
So yes, if anyone sees a reply from Gemma, oh, we've all been blocked. Excellent. If anyone sees a reply from Gemma Pinfield Thomas, that's me.
Ah.
Oh, brilliant.
Well, that's all the fun in all the world. Where's my little... Ah, here it is. Right. So then you're going to chop the edges off here. Okay. I tend to just go up 2 inches. All right. So if you've got a 45-degree angle, then great. There's my 2-inch line there.
Oh, Jojo says, I missed the beginning. Is this bag reversible?
Oh, well, we'll see in. We'll see in just 1 second. And then you want to do. Actually, do you know what it is now? If you just do it in the, in just one layer of fabric. If you just do it out of 3 fat quarters, then no. But the minute that you do it this way, then yes, it is completely reversible.
Will you see the seam in the corner where you're doing these bits now?
Just bear with.
Oh, you see. You see, you see. Oh, Lo says that's our penance for saying the P word. And Jimmy says he also got blocked for talking too much.
Oh gosh, it's like being back at school, isn't it? I'm going to sew down those edges now, okay? Which
Lovely.
might feel all sorts of wrong, Gemma. Why does it feel all sorts of wrong? 1/8 of an inch.
Righto. I'm with you. You know she's up to something when it's 1/8 of an inch seam.
1/8 of it. Well, you can do it as a 1/4 of an inch and then just trim it back if you want, if you don't feel comfortable with 1/8 of an inch. And then you're going to turn it through.
Ah, Geraldine's with us.
Hi, Geraldine. And then, oh, hang on, I haven't quite caught that seam there.
She says, hope you had a wonderful birthday, Natasha.
Thank you, my
what are you
love.
making? It looks interesting. She's doing our origami bag.
Yeah, I just didn't quite catch that edge.
You've missed, so you'll have to watch back, because it was rather fabulous, a wonderful triangular pouch.
Which will go with this.
Which will go beautifully with this.
Turn that through So there is the line that you've just sewn there. If you want to give it a press, then do. But you're then going to do it as a French seam. So go in with your 1/4 of an inch.
Marvellous. Matt says, what kind of stitch is that for us beginners here? You're just using a regular straight stitch,
straight stitch.
Yeah.
This machine only does straight stitch. We don't get fancy schmancy here. And the same here. I've done my 1/8 of an inch, or however small you can manage to make it. Turn it through, ease out those edges.
Oh, Kenneth says, I'm being a sponge with your tutorials. I'm so glad I found your live video and website to shop. Thank you so much. Learning, learning, learning.
Well, do you know what? You are so very, very welcome. And it's in making these that I learn as well. And I was looking back through some of my projects and I was like, you know, they are, a lot of them are basic and simple, but effective. You know, we're all busy. We've got stuff to do.
Absolutely.
So there it is. So if you have this way up and you want it this way round, then you will have your denim lining. Lovely Jojo. Okay. If you want to turn it through, and you can just trim off if you've got any little thready bits, just trim those off. Or if you can see any of your seam, just sew a little bit deeper.
Yes.
And so then that is, so I will just trim those. Dink, dink, dink. Get rid of those. But this is what it's kind of like boxing the bottom. Now that's what gives that bag that depth. But we've still got this.
You've got no raw edges.
Huh?
No raw edges.
No raw edges anyway. That is what is the beauty of this. No raw edges. And look how big that is in there. You can fit a lot in there.
It's amazing. And Petra makes a very good point.
What's that?
Petra says, this bag would be good for the new mum who carries 3/4 of the nursery with her.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Now, you have, obviously you've got a fat quarter left because I've put in 4 fat quarters. So if you want to use another of your fat quarters to do the handle, then you can. If you want to do it in denim, if you're using your 1/2 metre, you're going to have to do it in denim. But if you're doing it from this bundle, then we are going to cut ourselves a little bit.
Some more red with denim again.
It's more red with denim. I can't help it, Gemma. I loves it. And if you want to, then you can put a little bit of H640 or anything like that in, should you wish. Oh, sniffing again.
Oh, Chris says, I'm loving watching these projects, Natasha. This is absolutely the stage I'm at, and now I feel confident to make them. Your demos are so clear and helpful, as are your kits and instructions.
Thank you. Oop.
Geraldine says this is a good bag for Nanny as well. And Matt is loving the two-tone aspect of this design.
Yeah.
Jojo says the boho girl in me loves the shape of the bag and especially the different fabrics for the outside.
Wow.
Oh, and bless her. Geraldine says, Gemma, you and Jane did a really good job when Natasha was on her jollies.
Of course I did.
I watched on catch up.
Now, if you have got a little bit of H640 or something left, and I do mean H640, not H650, because you just want one-sided, then you can pad.
A nice padded handle.
You can pad the handle.
Soft on the hand.
If not, don't worry. All you're going to do is turn over.
Would Starville fix be a bit too bulky?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, not Starville
Going
fix.
to ask the rookie questions.
And the and in the instructions it tells you what size to cut your H640 or H630 if you're Kenneth and you want to use that, then do that.
Grab your scraps.
We're just going to fold over the seam there. And
we have boxes and baskets for everything, don't we? Because any scrappy bits of those interfacings, you know, pop them in a bag, labelled, or a box or a basket, because you can always grab them at a moment like this.
Or the boxes behind me, that's what they are for.
Exactly.
So you've just basically got rid of any raw edges, then right sides together and sew down there. If you're doing this in denim, I absolutely would not interface at all. If you're doing it in cotton, then it's entirely up to you. Just trim off any excess like that and then turn it through. So the next thing that
Lovely.
you are going to want to need in your life is a bodkin. A watkin?
Oh,
A
I was
bodkin.
gonna say, what's a bodkin,
It always
Tash?
makes me think of Blackadder. It feels like it should be something that Blackadder would wear. A bodkin. And having worked as a dresser at the Royal Shakespeare Company many, many moons ago, I feel we probably did have bodkins or something.
Something similar.
Something. Now, what am I going to do? This is a bodkin for the untrained eye. Something like this. All right. Some of you will use safety pins, but they often come undone and stab you.
No one likes that.
My experience. So, here are my handles. They have yet to be sewn.
Here is my spout. No.
Yeah. Tip me up and pull me out.
One day we'll grow up. Today is not that day.
It will not be today. No, it will not be today. And all I am going to do is thread that into my handle there. And then...
Oh, look at the denim and the red together. It looks marvellous.
I know, right? And pull this out the way. Shush it down as far as you can. Looks like a hairband.
Like it though.
Right.
I even like that little detail on there. I think it looks nice.
Then you want to put these right sides together. Sorry, one on top of the other like that. If you want to pin it in the middle, then do. And just sew around there. So just stitch that on. If you need to just like pencil in where the edge is, then you can. You can feel it on your machine, but if you're worried about it, then just do that. Simply do that, Gemma. Simply do that.
Perfect.
Okay. So I'm going to, and I keep, like, I can see there, I can see where the edge is. Spin it around.
So many of you grabbing this Moda Wildflowers bundle while you
don't
can.
blame
I
you.
don't
And then you get
blame
your two free patterns, and
Two.
that was just my little birthday thing for you.
It was a moment of chocolate cake infused madness, I feel. But
yeah, we did have quite a lot of chocolate cake.
I can also see some lovely fabrics being bought alongside here and there, which are going to look beautiful together. There's been a few bumbleberries, Tash, things like that.
Oh yes,
They'll look gorgeous as linings and
right.
things.
Now you simply pull your handle over to hide your stitching, and there you have the handle for your bag there. And if you've put wadding in there, then it's nice, but you don't need to. That is your personal preference. You've got gorgeous linings in there if you've gone for the three. If not, and you've just gone for the one fabric like that, then of course you get these details that you can add on or not, save it for something else. Do you know what else these are really good in? You know when kids fall over and put a hole in the knee of their denim anything?
Yes.
Or actually anything, they're great for covering up holes.
Perfect.
In kids' clothes. But if you've got just the one lining, that's what that looks like. You will have to have a denim handle, but that's what that will look like. If you've done it out of your 4 fat quarters, then you will have all of those, and that will be your make. There.
Beautiful.
And of course you've got your flowers if you want to do that, and then you've got your matchy McMatchy with your little, and then when you open that up, that matches your lining there, or contrast, or whatever you like. Pop that in there. Away you go.
Brilliant.
Job done. That's today's show.
It.
So yeah, there we are. Enjoy, basically. Get the denim by the ½ metre if you want to. If you've got fabrics, maybe you've got some capes that you want to work with these. It's just fun. It's just fun. And then you've got tiny hats for little people. There you go.
Matt says, is the iron essential? I actually don't own one, I'm ashamed to admit. Matt, none of us like ironing. We are not fans of an iron. However, when sewing, it is your friend.
Yeah.
And we're not ironing, we just press.
We press, we don't iron.
Press,
we never press.
lift.
No.
But yes.
Yeah, because the fusible interfacings are they're heat bonded. So you will need an iron. But do you know what? Just start off with a cheap one off Amazon. You can pick them up for like 20 quid. You'll be all right.
Exactly.
And then when you break that, you'll go for a better one. This one, I mean, this is a meaty one because I'd get through this, and we leave this on all day.
Yes, and you used to just go through irons at a rate of knots. So
I did.
We went with the big boy.
And that cost 80 quid, and it's a proper steam and a professional blah, 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 blah. So there we go.
Lots of people loving the bags. Natasha's saying that they look great for nanas, holding nappies, drinks, etc. on days out. There are birthday wishes flying through as well, saying the cakes looked so good.
Cakes were delicious.
Love the sparkly candle as well behind you. This was Sarah Payne's make
yesterday.
This was
yesterday. Yes.
We have this pattern up in digital format.
Have we got any of those kits left?
We have some. She was really good in that she did as a good quantity, but they have been going rather well.
Oh, you know what else I did out of this fabric? I meant to show you the big bag out of the knot bag.
Oh yes, the knot bag was lovely. So again, if you love this style of bag, that kind of relaxed boho look, the knot bag's a lovely little one, isn't it? As
really easy. And again, you know, it might be that you want to have a little extra one. I mean, I've stuffed that with Styleville.
The Japanese knot bag makes in a couple of sizes too.
It does. You've got 2 sizes in there. But again, just fold and roll, and pop it, and then you've got a bag in a bag and a purse, and you are good for the day. Ba-ba! And off you go. There we go. I think that is today's show. Jane is in tomorrow. Well, she's in today actually, but she's making stuff tomorrow. She's making beautiful quilts tomorrow.
Everyone's loving your little red accent on the bag. There's a lot of love.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Really fabulous.
And it sort of
really
goes
clever
with my top and the fact that I've got pink shoes on.
Oh, and Chris saying, can you sew over those straight pins? Which pins?
So
Which pins?
if you sew over pins, you sew over at your peril, because if you might sew onto the pin.
Never
it's
a good
entirely
plan.
up to you.
But yeah, skip that way.
Yeah. Oh, Jane, have you got your waftable? Come on, come waft, my love. So Jane has made us something uber beautiful for tomorrow. Okay, she's not going to waft it herself. She's just going to beautiful place. Now, this is called Tiptoe Through the Tulips. Look
Yes,
at that.
look at this. I am so in love with this, I can't say. Last week's I loved, and this one, and I just don't know what's going on at the moment, Jane, but you've got
Jane is on fire!
Because you're on a roll.
I just love it. And I love the fact that the fabrics are tulip. They're all tulips.
Yes.
But she's then accented it with tulip blocks. It's just perfect.
So clever.
Just perfect.
So clever.
So that is what we are doing tomorrow. So Jane's making it. I'm going to sit in the corner and have a cup of tea.
Yes.
And so that is what.
Put your feet up for a bit. Hey,
why not?
Again, lots of loves and thanks and things, and people saying fabulous bags as always, and Matt saying those bags are as beautiful as you, Natasha. If that's even possible. Massive wow from Kenneth over the quilts.
Kenneth, wait till you see it tomorrow in action. Jane is just, she's spot on.
Yeah.
It might be slightly more professional than my quilting attempt the other week.
Gorgeous quilt, stunning, love it. Well, you'll have to join us tomorrow then, won't you?
Yeah. Where are we going, Jet? We've got bags.
Got bags, can go shopping. Hey?
Guys, thank you ever so much for joining us today. Make the most of these deals. When they're gone, they are gone. I can get more denim. I can't get any more of that Moda fabric. Oh, and the bolt ends. Oh, gem.
Oh, yes.
Just a few bolt ends.
I mean, there are so many more than this.
Do have a look in our fabric clearance, but bolt ends that were added that
these are the most recent ones.
Just been added. You have got 2.7 meters of your hibiscus hummingbird there. Small ditsies. When we get any small ditsies left over, we are just bolt ending it for you. So you have got that there. That is a Lewis and Irene one, but it makes a great backing fabric for the simple reason that you don't necessarily, just we discount basically when we have a little bit left on a bolt or it's the end of a collection. If it's not something that we half meter heaven, then we are now bolt ending it so that you can have large amounts of fabric at a discounted price for the back of your quilts or linings or whatever it is that you want. And again, that's your hibiscus as well.
These would be fabulous for dressmaking as well.
Yeah, and they're like 3 meter lengths or 2.7 or
so they're perfect for it.
You know, it just whatever we have got left. These are great. This
never went out on its own. It was only as part of a kit, but ultimately we need space on the shelf. We've got more fabrics coming in, and short of taking on a bigger unit, which we can't do.
Not going to do, no.
Because moving was our right off.
This is Anna Maria Horner. This is Shadowed Path.
Yes.
In 3 meter lengths.
Beautiful.
It's woven. So what that means is that it's exactly the same both sides.
Gorgeous.
Backs to picnic blankets.
Gorgeous.
You know, or if you're making, well, I don't know, whatever you want, it's just lovely.
These are just a few of the most recent ones I've loaded. There is a cheeky bit of cave shot cotton in there as well.
There's all sorts,
some
and
bits.
you know, so grab yourself some extra denim, grab yourself a long piece of that, and then you don't have to do the extra chopping bit.
Clearance section is your friend, as is the crafty corner.
As is your crafty corner if you want the bling.
Jojo says I may just have to ask my bank manager to send all my money to Natasha Makes this week. I mean, it would just cut out the middleman, wouldn't it?
Yeah. What? Yeah. Why even upset yourself with that? Guys, have a lovely rest of the day. I've seen a rogue thread, and we will see you here tomorrow. Take care. Lots of love. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.